Still, as ugly as the Griffin dispute was, it may not end up hurting the company, and that's the main question that will concern the board. The question is, does a controversy involving him affect the company itself, said Charles Elson, the director of the John L. Weinberg Center for Corporate Governance at the University of Delaware. They'll look at, has the market reacted negatively to it? It may not impact it at all. KB Home may be particularly suited to weather a public relations storm like this one, as it's not a very well-known consumer-facing brand and hasn't been embroiled in other high-profile controversies. In the day after the Kathy Griffin story broke, the stock fell by a modest 2%. It's unlikely the board would fire Mesger over this, according to Bruce Coggett, director of the Sanford C. Bernstein & Co. Center for Leadership and Ethics at Columbia University's Business School. I doubt if the board would take action on this event, unless it's part of a longer negative narrative or a stressful time for the CEO, Coggett told News Pulse Finance in an email. A good board, however, will surely engage the CEO on the behavior and will suggest actions, such as a coach or counselor, to help the CEO to stay on course. Mesger's track record at KB Home will help determine his survival there, Coggett said. He noted that a lot of CEOs have acted beastly at times, though he acknowledged that the pressure in this case could be amplified amid an atmosphere of lower tolerance for this kind of behavior. Indeed, Mesger is far from the first business leader whose temper has erupted in a loud and public fashion. Former Enron CEO Jeffrey Skilling infamously called a fund manager an a-hole on a recorded conference call back in 2001. 5 years later, business media darling Mark Cuban got fined $250,000 for outbursts after Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, Ted Turner managed to stay vice chairman of Time Warner, and then AOL Time Warner, from 1996 to 2003 while maintaining his reputation as the mouth from the South. If the CEO has another blowout, I am not so sure that the board will be as forgiving, said Wiersema, whose specialties include CEO replacement. He has been once warned. Aaron Fuchs is deputy managing editor at News Pulse Finance. How America's tech giants reached crisis mode. Moody's, Amazon may actually be the weakest retailer. Here's what the fired anti-diversity engineer would have to prove in his case against Google. A fight over gay employees will almost certainly hit the Supreme Court. A legal fight over New York City dog sitters highlights a bigger problem in America.